friends, and welcome back to my crafty space. My name is Crystal, and in today's video, I'm going to be putting together the last of my layouts using the Ampersand Story Kit from Ali Edwards for Story Kit Crush. Story Kit Crush is a monthly challenge where I pull out one story kit and use the duration of the month to tell as many stories as feels comfortable and try to use up all of the products. I have told 3 stories now so far on YouTube, in addition to a story planning video that shows you the full 14 stories that I am planning to tell with this kit. This is the last of the 14. 4 of them you can see here on YouTube, and the other 10 you can see over in my Patreon, which I have linked down below if that's something that interests you. So my story for today is about my daughter, and I'm using the prompt this and that, which I really don't even, my journaling doesn't even really do this and that. It was just kind of a jumping off point for thought about some things that she, this and that she is improving upon throughout the course of the summer. And this made me really think about her progress on the trampoline. So my in-laws recently, well, not recently, but this summer, they got a trampoline that they put in their backyard, and we go and visit them generally once a week or once every other week. And Isabella has gone from being very nervous on the trampoline to now she's trying to do tricks and all kinds of stuff. So she's gone from this to that. And that was kind of, I guess, where my brain went in terms of how I came up with this story for this particular prompt. And then I also have the subtitle Learning and Listening, which also seemed to go really well with the concept of, learning more about the trampoline. So this one is going to be super easy. I'm not even going to bother speeding you up because there's only a few steps to what I want to accomplish with the spread this time. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this 3x4 journaling card, and I'm going to cut it down. I want to also make sure I've got my corner rounder punch right here. I do. So I'm going to cut this down to 2.5 inches, which is going to give me just a little bit of this yellowish color there at the bottom. I'm going to hold on to that for now. I don't think I'm going to use it, but just in case. And then I'm actually going to put this title up at the top of my journaling. My journaling I printed on white cardstock, sized at 4.25 inches wide by 8.25 inches tall. All right, so we're going to get glue all over here, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and stick this down with some roller adhesive right up at the top. And I am going to end up trimming off the sides. I'm going to bring this closer to me so I can see where it's going. Yeah, I suppose that's good enough. So, okay, so we're going to put that at the top, and you can see that we've got the edges that are poking off. So we're just going to trim those off. No big deal. Okay, and then I'm going to add, let's get that sticker off of there. Then I'm going to add this smaller card now to the bottom. However, I want to round the corners just to give it a more finished look. So we'll go ahead and punch those with my super old corner puncher from Creative Memories. And then this is going to go directly in the middle underneath this learning and listening. So let's add some roller adhesive to the back, like so. And then we'll put that directly in the middle here, which looks good right about there. I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now too. So generally, even though a traveler's notebook, each of the sides is 4.25 by 8.25. By the time you get them into the album, so I'm going to put mine right here and cover up both of these pages. By the time you get them in here, you actually want to offset them from the center just slightly so that the pages can fold. You can see that mine's really bulky. I've actually only got 2 more spaces in this traveler's notebook to add in any kind of story. So I've got this page here, and then I have one more somewhere right there. So in order to fit all of those stories in without breaking the spine or anything like that, you do slightly offset them. And then generally what happens for me is I'll put adhesive on the back, stick it down, and then I have to cut off one of the edges. But because I want this to remain pretty centered, I'm just going to go ahead and trim a small amount off of each side right now so that we can maintain the center. I don't know. We can make sure that it's still centered, I suppose is what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so we put that away. And then that is pretty much it. So the only other thing I want to do is add my date stamp to this. I'm going to go ahead and leave that. That would have been August 3rd, which was the day I actually wrote this story. So I'm cool with that being my date. We're going to stamp it right here in the middle of that yellow. Of course, it didn't stamp super great. So to fix that, I'm going to grab a pen. And then I'm just going to fill in where that little dip would go. There we go. And nobody will be any the wiser that I penned that in. All right, so we're going to put that away, put that away. And for now, this was my plan, is to just leave it like that. The question is, do I want to leave it like this, or do I want to add any kind of pattern to the bottom? Let me pull out some pattern papers and see if there's anything that I like, maybe in those green tones that could go at the bottom. Okay, so I've got a whole bunch of Traveler's Notebook specific sized papers, and a lot of times this is where I will go to find, you know, just a few pieces of paper. Like I don't mind the yellow. You know, it's got the same kind of tone, but maybe not. Or the heart that mimics her shirt. I don't know. We'll keep that out, kind of. I still would rather have something in those green tones. Like, no. It's a dog, no. So I'm just going to leaf through these until I find something I like. Like this is good. Oh, wait. Ooh, I kind of like that. See how that green would have been really nice to go with that. I could also just put a solid green stripe at the bottom. Okay, that's a real contender. I might even have another piece of it, because a lot of these, like this one, came from Freckled Fawn, and when you do the paper subscription from them, they send you 2 of each paper. So some of them I've cut into, like see there's another one of those yellows. Some I've cut into, some I haven't. It just kind of, no, it kind of depends on that. Ooh, okay, also that one's kind of nice too. I'll bet you this was from the same pack of colors. Okay, so maybe that stripe, because you usually get, for the subscription, they came with generally like, I think 10 papers, so it might be like 5 and 2 of each color, or 2 of each pattern. Okay. All right, I'm almost to the point of like, yep, this is good enough. We'll figure it out between those two. Some of my papers are also from Kelly Perky, back when she used to do the subscription kits for Traveler's Notebooks. Okay, that's another one of those. This one also is kind of nice, the grid, because a grid is nice and clean without adding in a ton of color. Okay, let's pick between those. Put these back in this. This is how I store my Traveler's Notebook papers. It's just in a large envelope. All right, so what I'm gonna do is kind of offset this so we can decide what we like the best. Okay, so that would be solid green, which is okay, but maybe my least favorite. Maybe not that one either, because we don't get enough of the color in there. If I want to go with color, how do we feel about the stripe at the bottom? The thing with the stripe is that the pinks and, you know, greens and blues are slightly off from her shirt, so it makes it a little bit more muted. And then what about this? I'm thinking I'm going to go with the grid. I kind of like the way that that looks. So let's trim off maybe a 1/2 inch. We'll go with, how do I know it's a 1/2 inch? Maybe like there. To put at the bottom. I like that. I think that looks good. I wonder if how did I manage? Did I do an actual 1/2 inch? No, I did not. Did I? Looks like half to me. I would say I did. That was a good judge of size. And so, like, you can see, if I were to use one of those, like, more muted, you know, it's okay, but this is definitely a lot cleaner, simpler. I like it. So we're going with the grid. So I'm just going to glue that here to the bottom. Easy peasy. Let's trim off a little bit of excess there. And then we'll add some adhesive to the back of these two pieces. The photo I'm not going to do anything to. I like it just as is. I kind of like the white space around her. It's one of my favorite pictures of the year, of the summer, I should say, of Isabella, her on the trampoline. She generally does not serious pose for me or like regular smile pose for me. It's usually, if she poses, it's usually like silly faces. And she did a really cute smile. So yeah, you know, definitely a winner. Okay. So I'm glad to be able to print it bigger and put it into the album. Like, see how cute she looks? So cute. All right. So when I'm adding pages into my traveler's notebook, I like to use score tape because it's got a really, really strong hold. And we're going to start with the photo. Let me pull over the book here and open it up to the page. And then we'll stick in the photo first. So take off the paper and then we'll put it in. I know it's a little more annoying to have to take off the backing, but you know, it's worth it to me. I like the hold that it has, and honestly, that kind of makes it easier to work with for me, is knowing, you know, knowing wherever I stick it down is where it's gonna go. Okay, so here's where I'm talking about how you have to slightly offset it so that it will close. Now for me, that causes there to be a little bit of overlap. So I'm just gonna flip this over and trim off the excess of the photo. But hopefully my other one, I won't have to trim any of it off. It'll just go in there. Oh, it will. So I can just line this up with the edge, which is really nice. So we'll take off the paper and then we can stick this one in, and then this one is done. See, really, really easy this time. Okay, so I think I'll just kind of use one of the corners as a guidance to make sure that we are going on evenly. And then we'll press it all down. And there is my story. Okay, so I'm going to clear off my desk here really fast just because I prefer a clean workspace. For whatever reason, I can't like call any video done until my desk is clean. And then we'll read the journaling. All right, friends, that completes my layout for today. I hope that you enjoyed seeing how this one came together, and I hope that it inspires you to pull out your Ampersand story kit and tell some stories with it this week. If you did enjoy this video, I would love a thumbs up down below, and if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can see all of my future crafty videos. I'm going to be back again next month for Story Kit Crush using the Teach story kit from Ali Edwards, which was the kit that was released in September. Actually, nope, it was August. It was released in August of 2021. So super looking forward to telling some stories with that kit next month. All right, friends, I am going to go ahead and read my journaling for this one. If you are heading out now, then I will see you in the next video. Otherwise, here is what this one says. Okay, wow. Isabella, you are simply incredible. What a joy it has been to watch you grow more and more confident in your body this summer. You are now doing things that I never would have guessed you'd feel comfortable doing when the summer season began. You have learned how to go across the monkey bars, and you are even brave enough to let go with one hand and hold on with the other to pose for crazy photos. You have learned to climb the tree in the backyard, and you've started to experiment with hanging on with just your legs recently. You have learned to tumble in the grass and try to perform cartwheels or handstands. You climb up the steepest slides in the parks and try out all of the jungle gym structures. You have become so comfortable on a trampoline and are even trying to do forward flips. You confidently approach other kids at the park and have no trouble at all forming a posse of friends to run around with. You have shown yourself to be so brave and self-assured. It's been an absolute pleasure to watch you grow into your own person this summer. I am so, so proud of you. So, I suppose it wasn't just all about the trampoline. It's been a week since I wrote this, but yeah, just kind of talking through a lot of the things, this and that Izzy has been, trying and doing and accomplishing this summer in terms of the way that she moves her body and the way that she interacts with other people. So just a really fun way to talk about her growth over the last couple of months. All right, friends, that is it for real this time. I hope that you enjoyed that reading and that journaling, and that it inspires you to tell some stories about some personal growth maybe you or somebody in your family has had over the course of the summer as well. Okay, well, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, that you enjoy the weekend ahead, and I will catch you in my next Story Kit Crush video next Friday, or in one of the videos that I will be posting in the meantime. So I will see you around. Catch you then. Bye, friends.